The night draped the city in shadows, and the only illumination came from the neon signs flickering above the rain-slicked streets. Detective Jack Malone, a weathered man with a face that bore the scars of too many battles, leaned against the damp brick wall of his office building, a cigarette dangling from his lips. The smoke curled lazily into the air as he surveyed the city below, a city that had seen better days. Malone's office was a dimly lit room cluttered with case files, empty whiskey bottles, and the stale odor of regret. His secretary, the only other soul who dared to linger in the desolation of his workspace, had long left for the night, leaving behind only the distant hum of the city. It had been weeks since Malone had taken on a case, the last one having left a bitter taste in his mouth. But when a mysterious dame walked through the door, draped in a coat that seemed to repel the raindrops, he knew he couldn't turn her away. She introduced herself as Veronica Noir, a name that resonated with shadows and secrets. Her eyes held a story, one that begged to be uncovered. She handed Malone a photograph, a man, seemingly ordinary but with a glint in his eyes that spoke of something sinister. "He's the one who killed my sister," Veronica whispered, her voice carrying the weight of 1,000 lost dreams. The case led Malone down a labyrinth of deceit, betrayal, and a city drowning in its own vices. As he delved deeper, he realized that this wasn't just about one man and one murder, it was a web of corruption that reached the highest echelons of power. Malone's investigation took him to the underbelly of the city, where crime lords ruled and whispered secrets echoed in the narrow alleyways. He faced crooked cops, femme fatale with hidden agendas, and a trail of bodies that seemed to lead to nowhere. In his pursuit of the truth, Malone found himself entangled with a dangerous syndicate that had its claws deep within the heart of the city. As he closed in on the elusive killer, the line between right and wrong blurred, and he questioned whether justice was even possible in a city so steeped in darkness. The final confrontation unfolded in a derelict warehouse, rain beating against the rusty metal roof. Malone faced the man in the photograph, a puppeteer pulling the strings of the city's descent into chaos. The air crackled with tension as the two men locked eyes, and Malone knew that this was a battle not just for justice but for the soul of the city itself. In the end, Malone emerged battered and bruised, his moral compass tarnished but not broken. The city remained a gritty canvas, painted in the hues of crime and corruption, but for a moment, a flicker of hope lingered in the aftermath. As the rain continued to fall, washing away the sins of the city, Malone stubbed out his cigarette and walked away, a lone figure disappearing into the shadows, forever haunted by the echoes of the noir world he called home.